Hi guys, Mrs. Hannah here again, and I'm here to hopefully help you make a Happy Mother's Day card for your mother. Normally we would be making some kind of Mother's Day gift, I'm sure, in school, but just in case you haven't thought about it lately, I'm going to go over how to make a card. So we're going to be using the texture plates that we went over how to make in glue before, but if you didn't make one, that's okay. You can just use cut up paper. If you don't have different colors of paper at home, you could even just use different newspapers, magazines, anything like that. We've been using a lot of cardboard and things like that to make art at my house. So what we're going to do here is this is the front of the card and this is the side. So whenever you're getting ready to make a card, you always want to take into account the size of your paper. So I have, this is 9 by 12 drawing paper. You could use computer paper, whatever you have will work fine. And then you always want to think about if you're gonna put in an envelope, because my mom doesn't live with me. So I'm gonna be putting it in an envelope that's roughly this size here. So I'm gonna cut this some so that it'll fit. I'm just gonna make a little cut, take this out, set it off to the side. Then I'm just gonna try to do my best to cut it straight. If it's off a little bit, it's okay. I'm sure your mom will just be happy that you were thinking about her. So I'm gonna set this off to the side for now. When I go to glue on this, I always wanna make sure that it's opened up. And then what I did to be able to make this card is, if you remembered from one's videos that we've seen before, I went over how to make texture plates out of glue. So if you didn't make one, you can go back and look and try and make one. Or if you forgot how to rub with a texture plate, this is what you do next. My kids like doing this. It's our thing, like when we get frustrated with Google Classroom. My daughter, the one day when we were doing this, she said, oh, this is such an incredible stress reliever. So when everybody's at the end of their rope, we take a couple minutes and we go do a glue print rubbing or a glue texture plate rubbing. Take a little mini break and come back and get back at it. So that's how you do it. You take a crayon, you go over it. This is just regular paper, and this was the glue plate from before. So from this, what I did is I made a whole bunch of pages that had different colors of glue rubbings on it that you can see. So, or the texture plate rubbings. So we have some different ones here, and you can see that I cut a lot out of mine to make the different shapes for my card. Like this was originally the centerpiece, but then I realized that mine was a little big. So I have some pre-cut out. So what we're gonna do next is we're gonna take all of these and we're gonna assemble them or glue them on our paper for our card. Now this takes a little bit of time, so bear with me. Okay, so I start from the bottom and work my way up. So I have this bigger piece here because I'm gonna show you how to make some grass. And then this will be the stem. So I'm gonna start with the stem. I'm gonna put it right there. I'm gonna use glue. You can use a glue stick. You could use tape. In these times, you can use whatever you got, whatever you have access to make your card. Okay, then this piece here I'm gonna fold it in half. Like this, and then I'm gonna fray it. So to fray it, what I'm gonna do, fold it in half the other way. It's gonna go like this. Just put a whole bunch of little mini cuts along it there. Hopefully to make it look like, I'm gonna cut this way and that way, just to give it some negative space. Kind of help to make it look like grass. You don't have to do this. One thing though, okay, if you were in my room, we would have dumpster truck drivers and you guys would be responsible for all these little pieces, tiny pieces of paper here. So at home, do the same thing. Don't be a slob. If you were in the art room, you would not be leaving it a mess. So don't leave it a mess at home either. I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna glue it on. Okay, so one of the things we've been talking about in the art room a lot this year is shapes. So these are just basic rectangular shapes. And we talked about how shapes are elements of art that we use. So here's a really good example. Okay, now to start to build up the flower, what we're gonna do, I thought I had my centerpiece here, but I guess I must have lost it, but no worries. I have this circular piece here that I use for brown for the center, but you could use any color. And I use this thinking my card would be bigger, but I'm actually gonna take and use this one instead. You could use any color other than the color that you used to do the rubbing. And remember, these are just guides on how to do this. You could really make this many different ways. Remember, when we cut, we want to continue to turn this while we're cutting. Careful not to cut ourselves. Scissor safety always. And then I'm going to glue this onto the paper. Okay, now from here, these are all the pieces that I cut out for either the petals or for the leaf parts here. So if they don't meet up quite right and I don't want them to show, I do that and just fold it and then I can glue it. It makes it a little bit easier. You don't have to do that if you don't want to. If you just want to take your shape and put it on there, you can. My kids at home have kind of been a little bit like my guinea pigs on how to do this stuff. They've been making a lot of art with me and giving me lots of pointers. Remember, when we're using the glue, dots, not lots, because I think I probably just put too much there. So let these dry before you mail them to someone. So then what I'm going to do here is I'm going to start to take the petals, and you can cut them. I'm going to cut some of these off so that they fit a little bit better. Then we're just going to glue it. So you just continue cutting and gluing. I usually create a little bit of a pattern with my flowers with the different colors. Now you could use the same color. My mom just likes lots of colors, so I figured if I was gonna make this for her, I would put lots of colors around the flower. Your flower might look different than this for your mom. Maybe your mom doesn't like flowers. You could do this with whatever your mom likes. Moms just like that you're thinking about them and that you show appreciation for everything that they do, because I'm sure a lot of moms now are teachers and caregivers, doing lots of different things that they wouldn't have done previous to this possibly, although moms usually do just kind of get up and take care of business, and dads too. Dads do too. We're just talking mainly about moms because this is for Mother's Day. And if you don't have a mom, it could be for anybody who takes care of you. And I'm almost done. I'm just going to continue to glue up around there to finish my flower. I don't know if anybody else does this, but I find myself on the internet, on YouTube. I just kind of have, when I have time, I've been just looking up videos of people making art. I find it so calming even just to watch other people make art for some reason. I don't know why. Maybe it's because this is my thing, but even if you're not making a card and you're just watching this, hopefully it helps. can overlap your flower petals some if you want. And these are all done with the texture plates that we made previous to this, the glue texture plates. If you didn't make a glue texture plate, some places that you could look for some texture might be like shoes, preferably probably clean shoes. You could do some rubbings on those. Your flooring, we've got hardwood floors, so the wood has like a texture to it. Sometimes your walls might have some spackling on them. You could use that to find texture. You could find texture anywhere. Outside's a great place to look for texture if it's a nice day. You could look out there. The kitchen is also a great place. Okay. And there's your card. These extra pieces you could add on somewhere or you could throw them away. Remember, take care of your scraps. Do not leave your art studio, which in this case is your house, messy. And then when this dries, you can open it up, and on the inside, you can write whoever you made the card for a little note. So I wrote for my mom on this one.